Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So there is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. It's called making yourself at home in your own home. So I'm going to go back a little ways to the pandemic, which we all recall. So in 2020, we were challenged in a way like we've never been challenged before. And that year of COVID forced us to slow down, to reevaluate and see our lives through a close-up lens. And it illuminated what was working in our lives, in our homes, and it unmasked what really wasn't working, especially in our homes. So as that pandemic swept across the globe, it brought drastic changes to how we lived, how we worked, and how we connected. So while life as we knew it came to a standstill, and many of us were forced to rethink and redesign how we used our spaces, how we communicated, and how we lived together in closer quarters. So we basically rediscovered the meaning of home. So before 2020, life may have felt like we were on autopilot. We were busy, actually too busy to enjoy life's little moments with our loved ones. But when COVID struck, we had no choice but to pause, to adapt, and to figure out new ways to live, work, learn, play, while sheltering in place. So what was different? Well, for many of us, the year brought unexpected changes. We cooked meals together. We sat down for family dinners and meaningful conversations. We learned to adapt in ways that we never thought possible. And yet, the challenges were undeniable. We transformed kitchen tables into home offices. We juggled homeschooling with remote work, and we navigated endless hours of virtual communication on Zoom. And through it all, we learned to adapt, to grow, and to change. So lessons we learned from that year at home, our home became the center of our life, and likely you began to see it, and maybe for the first time you saw it differently. So you may have discovered new ways to balance work, relationships, personal time, amidst all of the chaos, and developing a greater awareness of the little things that you once overlooked. And you might have realized how to make do with less and appreciate the simplicity. And you may have found a newfound freedom and flexibility in your work and your home, your work from home routine. So basically, you reinvented your lifestyle without even realizing it. So reimagining our home design post-COVID, our homes truly became our homes again. The pandemic prompted many of us to rethink what matters most to us and how our living spaces reflected those priorities. So as a designer, I embraced this shift, creating homes that better served the changing lifestyle. So one very profound moment in my life was after COVID, and I was meeting with a client, and he said, Rita, for the first time, I realized my 10-year-old daughter can have real conversations. Now, that came about because finally they were, forced to be together to have real conversations. He said prior to that, he was just too busy to sit down. And I thought that probably was one of the greatest outcomes, that I've heard about from COVID. So as a result, emerging trends for the home and beyond COVID occurred, which are now being utilized. So one is multifunctional spaces. So those sliding doors, the barn doors, movable partitions allowed spaces to transform seamlessly for work, for learning, relaxation, entertaining. The dedicated home office became stylish, more ergonomic because of the hours on Zoom. That was to assist with productivity and being at work while, also being comfortable in your own home. And then those outdoor sanctuaries started to pop up. Patios and decks became another must-have, offering that vital connection to nature for the mental health boost. And then the Zoom ready rooms, another area that we're, certainly still designing. Lighting, staging, backdrops are now critical as the tech setup for video calls. And then the spotlight bathrooms. These hideaways provide the ultimate retreat for relaxation and recharging. So now it's your turn to create a home that nurtures you. So as you reflect on how your life changed during that period of our history, and ask yourself, how has your living space changed? How could it better reflect your needs, your values, and your aspirations? So there can be a new chapter for your home. So 2020, that whole era of COVID, taught us to adapt, to grow, and to find new ways to thrive. And as you move forward, let these lessons guide you. Your home is not just a space, it's a reflection of who you are and what you value. And as you change, your life changes. And so make your home today.